can medicate them as we need to. And then this is a photo inside the trailer. And so every chimp is in their own cage, even though they're super social and they're coming to us in intact social groups, meaning they were living in those social groups at New Iberia when they get to us. We put them in their own individual cage because we would never want a disagreement to happen when two chimps are in a very confined space together and them not to be able to get away and somebody to get really hurt. So they're all in their own individual cages when they come here. And then we wheel them, we drive them up right to the villa, and then we wheel them out of there in their cage, and then we put their cage right up against the caging for the villa. And then we have a guillotine door on this cage and a guillotine door on the villa cage, and once we get it all strapped up, completely snug and tight, so the cage can't go anywhere, we pull those doors and the chimp goes right in. So we don't have to ever anesthetize them. They're never out of a secure area. It's very safe the way that we do it. And then we close the doors before we ever unattach anything, and then we do the next one. So these are the first 9 females that are living with us. Some cool facts about these girls, and you can kind of start to see the individual differences, but the photos are a little bit far away. But Buttercup and Charisse are actually identical twins. So twinning in chimpanzees is just as rare as it is naturally in humans, and especially identical twins. But at the lab, they actually had a matriline that had the genetic propensity to have twins. So we're going to be getting several sets of twins. But these two do look very, very similar. Charisse, I'll say, is a little bit more husky than her sister. And also Buttercup is missing a finger. So those are some quick ways we can tell them apart. But they do, even though they're identical, they do have different personalities too. So we already have started seeing the differences between them. And then Jennifer and Gertrude are also sisters, just not twins. But these girls have been a social group together, a stable social group for many years, and they're all between the ages of 10 and 12. So this is a young group that is just now preparing to enter into adulthood. So here's some photos of them settling into their new home. Here's our twins. You can see how similar our twins look here. You know, grooming in the ear, digging in there. Chimpanzees like to build nests. So in the wild, they will build nests high up in the trees and kind of break branches in on themselves and weave this very intricate nest. They build a new night nest every single night. So chimpanzees here in captivity, they don't build nests in the trees usually, although they'll have that opportunity to do that once they get out in their habitat. But they typically use blankets, hay, cardboard boxes, so we provide a lot of that nesting materials for them so that they can make nests at night or even during the day for a quick nap. So this is Latricia. Here is Charisse and Buttercup. This is Gracie. So we have a bunch of decking in their enclosure, and they like to be up high. A lot of chimps spend a lot of time in the trees, so they like to be off the ground. So that's her taking a nap there. This is Genesis with some food in her mouth. This is Jennifer here, and you can see Jennifer has a very black nose. That's a good way to tell Jennifer apart. And this is Gracie down here, and she's got 3 different cups full of carrot soup. She really liked that the day we gave her that. She filled up in every hand possible. So chimps like a lot of different enrichment as well. It would be pretty boring if I said, I'm going to lock the doors and shut you guys in this room for the rest of your life. Bummer, right? That's a pretty big bummer. So we try to provide, because that's basically what's happened to the chimps. We are going to give them a really lovely habitat, but it's still never enough if we compare it to what they have in the wild, right? It'll never be enough, but we're going to do our best to make it as the best possible captive facility we can. And so we try to provide a lot of different enrichment to keep them busy and occupied and to make their environment interesting. So even like little houses, and we hide food all in the houses and put blankets over it. That's Emma investigating this, and this was right before the demolition of the house happened. So it didn't take long, and the house was flat on the ground, but she enjoyed that, I think. This is also Emma in a box here, so they'll a lot of times make nests inside box. Even just eating ice treats. So she's Buttercup is eating some ice here. Latricia's in a tub with a bunch of toys. She actually took the toys and put them all in the tub, and then she climbed in to play with them. This is Emma playing airplane with this stuffed animal. They actually really like stuffed animals, and that females, they have like maternal instincts. And so actually you'll see this behavior in the wild. We see this behavior in humans. You put the baby on your feet, you hold the baby above you, and you play with them. And mothers will do that in the wild, mother chimpanzees. And this, when I saw this happening, I was like, oh my gosh, it's like Emma is being a mom to this little stuffed animal. Very, very human-like behavior. Even TV, Disney especially, Disney movies. Who doesn't love a good Disney movie? So there's Buttercup watching TV. But there's many more things that we do, but that's just some good examples. The chimps obviously have different favorite foods as well. This is me providing them with some juice here. We have a lot of pumpkins now. It's pumpkin season. Watermelon, romaine lettuce everywhere. We even use pine cones. They don't eat pine cones because why would anyone eat a pine cone? That does not sound delicious. But if you roll it in peanut butter and put seeds on it, suddenly it's very delicious, and they will spend a lot of time licking that off. So we try to make complex things like that, so it takes the chimpanzees more time to extract their food. Even just, this was just a few days ago, we made pickles for the first time, and that was very fun because they know what a cucumber is. They know they love a cucumber, but when we pickled it, all of a sudden everybody was like, I don't know if I want to eat that. And they were taking very tiny bites off of that. But as soon as somebody finally decided they liked it, all the other chimps went over, and chimps have no personal space. And they were like right there looking at him. And what is that? You're eating that? You like that? What is that? And slowly everybody else started eating it too. So peer watching is very important. And this is a fun video. I'll show you guys a quick video here. Just yesterday we did Coca-Cola for the very first time. Who doesn't enjoy a good Coke once in a while? Not all the time. But I don't think the chimps knew what they were getting themselves into. And you can see Gracie's reaction. The Coke goes, oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm going all over the place. There we go. Oh, why isn't it playing here? There we go. The Coke goes in. The Coke comes out. I don't think she was expecting the fizzy. And look, she's inspecting it now kind of with her lips, and she's deciding, oh, that was maybe okay. Yeah, I'll keep having a little of that. But every single one except for the twins, the Coke went in, the Coke came out. So that was pretty funny to see the reaction. So here's Gertrude. She takes the Coke, spits it all out on the floor, and runs away. She never tried the Coke again, so she wasn't ready. We'll try it again another day. So this is Buttercup on her first time with the Coke. Oh yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
We were very impressed because everyone else spit it out.
Look at that. Look at the can. Oh. See that?
So we want them to recognize, this is a kind of a tactic, we want them to recognize that Coke can as this like really good treat. So if we ever, for example, needed them to do something for us, I mean, it's mostly their choice, but if there was something very serious that needed to happen, we could maybe, you know, attract them over or ask them to do something for us in exchange for a little Coke. So this is a forage that the chimps get every day. After we clean their cage, they're let out, and there's enrichment provided in their cage, and then we hide food all in their cage. So that's the excitement vocalization. So that's a food bark there, that They make that when they're really excited about what they're going to eat. So they're looking in their toys because we've hidden food in their toys. And this is also a method to make them take longer to eat. Because if you just give it to them, it's gone in seconds. If you spread it out, it takes a lot longer. See, everybody's inspecting everything, having some snacks there. Okay.
Are all 9 of them in that cage now?
All 9 are in, in this one villa. All of them are right there. We think each villa can house about 16 individuals, so they're not really cramped right now. And they will be joined, once we get the males, we will probably socialize them together to make one larger group.
The males and the females?
Yeah, 2 together, but they'll be on contraception. We aren't going to do any kind of breeding. No, we don't want to perpetuate the problem. We're just here to give these guys sanctuary, and we don't plan on any babies happening. So they will be on contraception. So this is them in their tunnels. Their tunnels, they were really excited the first day they got to go out into these. These are very huge tunnels. I can stand up in them. They're that tall. And these are the tunnels that lead out to the habitat. So we can't open them yet, but they can go ahead and use the tunnel space during the day. And this allows for, thought they were really expanding their territory. They were all piloerect, so it means their hair stands on end, and that shows their high arousal, and they were like, yeah, we're out, we're in a new space, this is ours. And this is after they've calmed down a bit, but everybody's really checking it out. And now it's a good place for chase. We play a lot of chase out in the tunnels. They like different kinds of toys. This is even a dog toy that she's squeaking and hitting. Maybe not so much a maternal instinct here. She beats the toy to death. She's She starts punching it. That's Gertie back there. Kind of a dark video.
Do they have, elimination habits? Or like, do they,
Go to the restroom in certain areas. Yeah. No. In the wild, chimpanzees just usually go when they're up in the trees because then it drops away from them and they don't have to deal with it. So they like to go up high a lot of time as the habit, but they don't actually usually designate an area. And that's usually, I think, because they're usually able to leave that area naturally. So
put in a cage?
in a cage, they don't really either. They usually just go wherever they like. Sometimes you will notice certain individuals pay more attention to if someone's underneath them, but that's not even true of everyone. We actually had a little accident yesterday where somebody, got a little something on them that they would not have liked to have gotten on them, I think. So it happens. You gotta be paying attention, always on your game. For time, I'm gonna skip this video really quickly, but this is a fun video right here. So chimps can actually recognize themselves in a mirror. Most animals in the animal kingdom cannot do this. If you showed your dog themselves in the mirror, they would be sniffing, looking around, thinking it was another dog. They don't recognize themselves in it. But most primates do, a lot of primates do, and chimpanzees definitely do. So this is a video actually we have taken our phone and we flipped the camera around so she can see herself in the phone as we're recording it. And this is Latricia checking herself out.
Come on, Emma. Give it to us. Give us this. We need this.
So you see she's making all these faces, looking in her mouth now, checking out what's in there.
Come on. Give it up. You gotta give it to us. You gotta give it.
You hear them bartering with Emma in the background for something.
No, you gotta give it to us.
So you can see there very clearly, everyone can look at that and go, oh, they definitely know they're looking at themselves because they're looking at areas they can't normally see and definitely inspecting those areas. So that's pretty fun to watch. So just a few other quick things. We do have like a Neighborhood Heroes program with local businesses. If anybody knows any businesses or has a business and they're interested in partnering with us, we have different levels of support and different benefits those different support levels give to work locally with local businesses like the Blue Ridge Cotton Company. I don't know if you guys know that business in Blue Ridge, but they are one of our partners and they sell our merchandise in their stores. And we do have a lot of several celebrity supporters. I shouldn't say a lot, but we have several celebrity supporters that has really helped us in the beginning to get the word out about the project. I don't know if you guys know the band Green Day, but it's a rock band. Billy Joe Armstrong, the lead singer of Green Day, and his wife are big supporters of us. And they actually have been here in Blue Ridge and on property, and that's him painting on one of the buildings there. And Rachel Ray is up here. She was on property when the kitchen was being built. And this is also Kat Von D. She's a famous tattoo artist and also has her own makeup line. And she did a lipstick for Project Chimps, which was pretty cool that we got a bunch of the proceeds for. So they've really been helping us get the word out. So thank you guys very much. I really appreciate your time. We're so excited that Fannin County is our new home for the chimpanzees, and I'm also excited to be part of Fannin County. I grew up in a small town, grew up on a farm, so it's really nice to come back to a tight-knit community where you feel like you know everybody all of a sudden. Again, I've made more friends here than I've made in a lot of the other big cities that I've lived in for much longer. So we're really excited to be here. Thanks, guys.
Let me ask you,